Happy almost March, my friends. This semester, like last semester, started off rocky. I feel like most of January was a blur, but February has been smooth sailing for us. Knock on wood. I'm sharing this a little bit before the end of the month because I want to make sure that you knew about Thursday. Every other week, I have been hosting a homeschool work-along session here live on my channel. It's a time where if you want to bring whatever homeschool prep you need to do and have some dedicated time just to focus on that, this is it for you. We start at 10 a.m. Eastern, go till 12, come and go as you need to, whatever your schedule is looking like. But this is my weekly time that I set aside to grade and plan and do curriculum shopping or get books from the library, whatever I need to do. That's what I do here. So that is this coming Thursday, the 26th, I believe. Okay, now as for the rest of our homeschool stuff, we have a 9-ish weeks left, maybe 10. Matthew he does a musical for our co-op, which is going, I think we have 6 weeks until that. So that week for him will be, he spends basically the entire week there. His biology class has spring break next week, which I thought was really early. And then we don't have a break for co-op because our co-op ends mid-April. So we don't have much time left in that either. And then his biology class and AP test end beginning of May. So we really have these nice little chunks of time that everything's nicely spaced out, I should say. But before all of that, our next exciting thing is March Mammal Madness. We have done this for several years now. 5, I think. 4. It's a play, obviously, on March Madness basketball. But it's animals in pretend fights. I know it sounds ridiculous, but my boys absolutely love it. My husband plays along as well. I will leave a link down there for you. It's hosted by Arizona State University, and I think there's another group that co-hosts it. I don't remember who, but I will leave it down there. It's a lot of fun. You can do it as simple as fill this out and then check every day for the winners, and that can be it. Or they have all kinds of lesson ideas, some writing activities, science activities, etc. that you can do along with it. You can do as simple as just going bracket by bracket and deciding who you think would win. Or they have these planning guides and slides, and if you really want to dig into more about all of these different animals, anyway, it's a fun little thing. We love it. Link below. Check it out. Now, I skipped doing an update in January, not on purpose, but it was already the end of the first week of February before I even realized that I hadn't done one yet. So I haven't given you an update at all on what Ben ended up doing for dual enrollment this semester. He did decide to go ahead with another baking course and more horticulture. I think he has 3 different horticulture classes this semester. Yeah, 3 different ones. And then at home, he's continuing with history, government, and writing literature. Writing he is doing from right at home. He's doing short story. I think he has 3 more weeks maybe of that. And I honestly can't remember if we signed up for the last 8-week writing course or not. I have no idea. I'll have to look. For history, he is using, a combination of things. 1, U.S. History Detective. 2, crash course videos. And then we are adding a couple literature nonfiction books with it right now. He's reading called Murder in the Heartland, but it's about the Ku Klux Klan in Indiana, which is obviously uncomfortable to me being a Hoosier. It's set in the 20s, early 30s. He's about halfway through. So far, he's enjoying it. I look forward to hearing more when he's done. He's also joined Envirothon team, which is out of 4-H. We've never done 4-H, but he met a kid last summer at a camp. Fantastic camp if you're in North Carolina. It's out of NC State. It's called Resource Conservation Workshop, and it's sponsored by your local soil and water departments. It was a free camp there a week, and it was absolutely fantastic. Anyway, he met a kid there who's on the Envirothon team, and they had someone drop out, and so he asked Ben to join. So he's actually there today, which is just his second week doing it. They do a local competition in March, and then state competition in April. So that's been fun for him to do something different, and with people who like such things as dirt and water and plants. That's not me. He's also doing horticulture club at the community college, and it has been so good for him to really just hang with people who love these kind of things too, right? I mean, I don't have to tell you guys, you know how it is with your kids when they have more unique niche interests, that when they can find kids who also are into that, it's a good thing. And that's been something we've struggled with for him. So I'm really glad that he's done that. Okay, Matthew. The first thing is one that I do not expect to talk about much more, if at all, for his own privacy, but I can't talk about the way our year's going without mentioning it. And that is that we got him on medication for ADHD, and it has been one of the best decisions we've ever made. Ever. I've long suspected it. He's not had a formal diagnosis. But come high school, and part of this is because I too don't have a formal diagnosis, but and I know that when I was in high school, that's when I started really struggling. I could do okay before then, but high school got really difficult. And sure enough, with him, the same thing happened. I wish we had started this a year ago, but I'm glad that we started it now and not any later. It has made a huge, huge difference in his ability to get things done and kind of stay on pace, and with his attitude and esteem. So, like I said, I'm not going to talk about it more. He needs his own privacy. I've tried really hard on mine's channel not to bring them into it too much. I mean, homeschool, it's hard not to, but I've always tried to keep it separated as I can, and this is one of those areas. If you are interested in talking more about it, I'm happy to do that by email, but just not here on the channel. One of the big things that we also did in January was decide that we were going to let math carry on into the summer. In general, I would say that math and foreign language are subjects that I think most kiddos do better if they have more of a year-round approach to them for retention and practice purposes. And so as we were looking at his curriculum in January and taking a look at the pacing and where we're at with things, we knew we needed to take some things into the summer. But some things we couldn't. Chemistry is set by the co-op. AP Bio is set by Blue Tent and the biology test. Or the AP test. So some of these things, we don't really have a choice. Math, and German, though, we do. And that's our plan, is to let it continue into the summer. We are going to continue working hard at it and see how far we get. He is finishing up chapter 9 right now, so I think the pacing guide goes through chapter 15. My hope is that we are not still working on it in July or at the end of July, but if we need to, we need to. But carrying it into summer was a much better decision than trying to rush through it all now, because he's not going to retain much, and it's just going to become a get it done rather than an understand it. So that was a huge decision, and I definitely feel kind of a weight lifted off of us now that we've made it. Geography is continuing to go amazingly well. If you are looking for something else as a high school credit besides a U.S. history or a world history, I would absolutely recommend Human Geography. And the one we are using is AP Human Geography from Global Academic Productions. I would say this would be a great course for a 9th grader who's just getting their feet wet with AP courses, because it doesn't feel like it. It's definitely one of the easier ones. It is self-paced. We are not planning to take he's not going to take the test for it. He had originally wanted to do U.S. history this year, AP U.S. history, but we couldn't make that work with the schedule, so we're doing that next year. This one kind of tied us over. The unit he's finishing right now has been all about the development of different countries and what it means to be an emerging country or a traditional, or all of these kind of things, and how economics and population and technology and all of that kind of tie into it. He'll move into migrations. I believe the next unit is all about migration. I expected this to be more of a check the box type of course, and it is, but it has really elicited a lot of great discussion and exploring things that neither one of us had ever really talked about or thought about. I highly recommend this course. It's really been good and super inexpensive. I think we paid less than I know we paid less than $100 for it. I don't remember how much less. I want to say it was like $75. So fantastic for a pre-designed high school AP level course. I didn't love geography when I was young because it was all just about memorizing mountains and lakes and whatever. I mean, yes, I've got a good knowledge of where things are in the world, but that only does so much if it's taught alone and not in connection with how those things impact the people who live there. So it's been really, really good. And my friends, that's all I have to talk about for this month. I'd love to know how your month is going. Make sure to see the links I mentioned below, including the one for homeschool work along session on Thursday, and I will see you over there.